Good afternoon. Whispers.edu reporting from FullComMedia, number 1 Rue du Potager, here in Kirchberg, Luxembourg. We are with Mr. Nizar Ayed, chairman of FullComMedia. Mr. Ayed, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome to Whispers.
Thank you. You too, in our premises.
Yeah. Tell us something about FullComMedia. You have unique products out in the market, which it's already been ordered for. What are your products about?
So, FullComMedia is, let's say, a digital signage actor. So, this digital signage exists since 10 years, even we can go far to 20 years. And what we are providing now, it's perhaps something new as not as a technology, but as a way of usage, this digital signage features. So to explain things, digital signage is all those displays that are no more static and paper-based. They are now LCD-based, as we see behind us. They are spreading out in restaurants, hotels, public spaces, areas we find some LCD screens, and they are showing us a video and audio and video based communication ways. So this new feature of communication is now introducing itself in the corporations themselves to communicate with their employees, and also in the shops to communicate with the customers and guide them and suggesting them new customer experiences. So our technology has been studied to try to give all those advantages, in addition to getting rid of some other disadvantages of the other systems that are available until now. We can take the example of a DVD player, for example. People use a DVD player. So the DVD, you need to burn out a new DVD each time you have a new content, and you need to also to replace the DVD players each 2 or 3 months because they are running all the time, so they end up broken. With our system, in fact, you don't have to do all this. You have just to connect it to internet and then send your content, push your contents to the player, and then you have also planning, and the player will execute your the video display according to your planning. So this is our system. To just summarize at the end, we have the kind of cloud-based interface that enables us to communicate with those players without having a heavy installation of servers and infrastructure in our premises. So it's all hosted outside, and we don't have to care about it. So we just have to pay monthly fees, and the system will run by itself.
All right.
As you see.
Would you say that it's taking so long for your system to come up? The DVD lasted for so long. So is it a question of technology, or what would you say was responsible for this delay?
So until now, I'm still surprised by one fact. In fact, the 2 years before, I started in fact thinking about this system 2 years before. I had a box as a demo from the provider of this system, the technology provider, and I tested it at home, and then I installed it in one restaurant and one movie theater to see how people interact with it. And nobody knew about this before. In fact, they just thought about it like a USB key that was connected to the TV or another DVD player. That's all. But little by little, they discovered that the content is changing all the time. So it's a kind of TV. So this is the first observation. So they are not accustomed to this rate of content update. So this is the first surprising thing for people. This is new for them those times. The second point is that if we get a look on the figures of the market of digital signage, it started to grow up significantly starting from 2010. In the US first, in Asia second, and then now in Europe. In 2012, in Europe, it's let's say everybody has learned that those systems are existing, and they started thinking about installing this those kind of systems. And 2013, for the first time, I saw so many tenders, public tenders, to equip administrations, public administration, public spaces, and other also big corporations. They sent us tenders, which wasn't the case in the years before. So we understand that now I think that it's kind of, this is the time to go with it. Okay, so it was an innovation, and now, okay, it's very good, we can start using it. It's in the mood, let's say, for now.
Yeah, you find yourself at the forefront of the unique product that the right time is now. So, who are you? What is your background? Are you an engineer or something?
How I come up to this? Yes. It's a very long story, but to say it short, and I started in my engineering school. I knew somebody, okay, who was a doctor in electronics, and he started his company with the web server, okay, and thanks to this web server, he ended up thinking about such kind of system, okay. So all this system was built on what he created as a web server. It's called Abyss web server, and he built up on it the GammaCast system, which is our system we are using now. So he's my friend. Okay, so I knew from 10 years ago, in fact, all the evolution of things. And one time he told me, okay, Nizar, now I developed this system, can you start deploying it in Europe? And that's how I decided to go with it.
All right.
That's it.
So you studied engineering?
Yes. Mechanical engineering at first, and then, yes, I have this kind of proficiency in IT, so that's why I followed IT consulting, and I ended up as IT quality supervisor for a big company, pharmaceutical company. And when I was seduced to the system, it's the opportunity to start my own business. And yes.
Did you grow up here in Europe? You schooled in Europe also?
No, I'm Tunisian.
Right.
Yes, and I am 100%, Tunisian diploma, trained there, and I have no training here or education in Europe. I came in 2001. I started working for an IT company in Paris, and then I ended up in Luxembourg in 2009.
Okay. So. When was the FullComMedia CROL established?
It was established in September 2012 with a friend also, Eric Chapier-Maldag, who is the CEO of this company for Luxembourg. The concept of FullComMedia will be spread all over in the different country, but we decided we choose Luxembourg because it's in the middle of a very big market, which is the Great Area. We have Belgium behind, in front of us, we have Germany, we have Lorraine and Champagne-Ardenne from the other side, from French side. Mm-hmm. And so that's why settling here in Luxembourg was kind of strategical choice. And that's why we started in September 2012. We have plans now to start other companies, subsidiaries in different countries, like starting with France. We will have also another subsidiary in Tunisia, Gabon, and other African countries will follow, I guess.
Okay. What are the objectives and scope of your operation?
For FullComMedia, this is okay.
What are the objectives and scope of your company?
For FullComMedia, yes, it's an amazing question. It's very important for me because each time, in fact, people are calling me to do something, and no, this is not what I do exactly. So each time I'm trying to frame the scope, and it's very precise for me. So we are providers of digital signage that is not interactive. This is the first point. I mean, we are not providers of tablets where people can click and they can execute some queries on the screen. No, this is not our scope. We just provide, video display system that can be remotely controlled using any browser we have. I can use my own iPhone to control my screens from any part from the world, really. Since still I'm connected to the internet, okay, I can control my screens. So this is my scope. Say controlling screens from using internet, and I mean trying to deploy system that is TV-like system in shops, in corporations, in movie theaters, in restaurants, in hotels, and this is our market that we would like to reach, and I hope that we will succeed.
Can you briefly mimic or demonstrate how your equipment function? I see some screens behind me. I see what looks like a receiver. Of course, there is a laptop there.
Yes, we have the laptop, and I will perhaps bring my iPhone to be more expressive, I guess. Okay. So here, in fact, if I connect using my iPhone, we have the web interface to control the system. So we just have to enter our ID and the password, and from that we have the list of files, video files, that we can broadcast on the different players that we see behind us here. So those two screens, we see here Tombo, he is our first big contract. So we equipped all the shops with our systems here. And what we are seeing here is just a transposition of what they have in their shops now. Okay, so this is a way to supporting them also for their first usage. So we can give them some advices. If there is a problem, we can also see it immediately, and I don't have to move from my office, you know. So from remotely I can see what if there is any issue. So this is also some of the abilities of the system. Thanks to my iPhone, I can connect, okay, see if this box is well connected to the internet or not. Because there is kind of refresh rate, I have some information that are coming back from this player to our servers that are hosted on the cloud. Okay. And the second screen is from Auchan Kirchberg. So they have their ticketing system, and they use those screens, they have two of them, to promote their tickets for Amniville, for example, here, and we have also Casino de Mille. We have some other events that they send us, those events, and then we display them we help them put into good format to display them on those screens. So those are content services that we provide our customers also, in addition to the technology.
Okay. And how much would it cost to set an operation for a client? Is that determined by the space that has to be covered, or what are the determinants?
So it's a subscription-based system. I mean, in fact, what they have the player to purchase the player, which is not very, very expensive. It's very cheap, and they have to pay monthly fees. Okay, that starts from 100 euro per month. So this is our main fee, and of course, if they purchase 5 to 10 players, the fees are 10 or 5 or 10% less. If they purchase for 1 year, it's not the same thing than purchasing at 3 years. We have degressive rates. So of course, what we can take into account is 100 euro per month. So this is our rate. Okay, it's the official rate.
Okay. If I were a corporation with about, let's say, 100 branches spread across a national territory, and I want to use your service, what should I be thinking of in terms of cost? What should I be thinking of in terms of what I need, facilities I need to install myself?
Yes, so it's very easy. Think about players. Of course, you have to invest into screens. So, but this is a second topic. Okay, you can take into account any kind the screens that please to you or to your corporation that are adequate. But the main point for our technology is that you have to put a player in each location for which you would like to have specific content for this location. Okay, of course, if you have a location here in Luxembourg, we have at the east they speak German mainly, okay, and the west they speak French. So your content can be different. So we will send German speaking videos to the east, and the French speaking videos to the west. So this is how you can think about, okay, how many players we have, okay, so this is dedicated for employees, this is dedicated for customers, it's not the same content, so we will have two different players, for example, okay. So once you decide, okay, you have 100 branches, you will have 100 of players, you will purchase the players and then pay monthly fees for those 100 players. Of course, for 100, it's not the same thing than purchasing one, it's at least 45% of reduction.
Yeah, of course.
I will be welcoming you eagerly if you if you would like.
Are there limitations of what you can do if I have a contract with you and I have 100 branches in a national territory that's, okay, let's say, large in size, and of course my office is open from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening, and I want seamless presentation of my videos. What about if there is a fall in internet delivery capacity? How does it affect your service?
Yes, very, very good question. Our system was developed and optimized for such conditions. In fact, it can support low band internet connection and even low quality internet connection. I mean, once the box, the player succeeds to download all the video content and the program, okay, he will continue executing the program independently of his internet connection status. Okay, so if the internet connection is broken or there is no more internet connection, he will continue working. Okay, so he won't shut up, he won't shut down, and he will just keep playing its program. And when he gets back the internet connection, he will send his feedback to the server, informing him that okay, he got back to the internet, and he will send back also a report of execution, and we can, the customer can see in fact what has been really well executed and what has been not well executed. So we will be informed, and he can make some investigation to understand what are the eventual problems. And even more to that, in fact, reporting is very important for communication, to see how the message was sent. Was it sent here, not here, not here, and make some analysis based on those indicators. So all this is provided by our system, of course. Think about it as a TV, institutional TV, okay? And I'm really proud to say that in fact for the first time we will have a TV concept that can be not only time-based planning, but also space-based planning. You will have your media planning, in fact, by sector, by location, not only on the time. You see, in the morning you will put something, and in the afternoon you put some other thing. No, it's in the morning I put something here, and in the morning in the other place I will something else there. Okay, and this way of playing with space and time is a new kind of way of thinking the TV now. That is thanks to this technology.
So how wide is the space? Let's imagine a corporate entity with 200 branches across various national territories, and I want to consolidate my information disseminated to my various branches, and I'm using your service. How seamlessly would it function across various jurisdictions?
It's from your headquarters. Okay, you are behind your internet browser. Okay, you entered, you have your, what we call this, a tree view of all the different locations. Okay, so your locations are grouped depending on your territories. For example, you have 200, we have 15 in the first region, 20 in the second region, and so on. So we have region 1, region 2, region 3, and you have all the different boxes that are connected to the, let's say, the node of region 1. And all the other boxes are connected to the second node, region 2, and so on. So you can consolidate the communication for one region at a time by just putting the content on the main, on the root node okay? And then it will be inherited by all the different boxes, and you don't have to care about it. One additional point, your local agencies can themselves also have access to the system by providing them some the correct password. They can also make put some content and play with it in addition to what you have planned at the national level. Okay, so the system, you do not have to think about the planning. Okay, he put this, he put no. He is optimized. He has an algorithm, in fact, to prioritize the different contents. What will he put in advance? Is it the national content or the local content? So there are some priorities that are, coefficients that helps the system, in fact, imagine, okay, what is shown first. So that if there are conflicts, they will be solved automatically by the system. This is an additional feature that also that explains the uniqueness of our system compared to what we have in the market.
And if I contract you, I won't need to employ more people in my office to handle your system, or you do everything for me.
So can you repeat?
If I contract your service, do I need to employ some specialist in my office to support your service, or you do everything for me?
You will have a little training to understand how the system works, an additional training to learn how to create your own content and put it on the system. After that, I don't think that you have special. It's optimized for people that are assistants of directors, or that are not accustomed to video and audio playing. No, it's as simple as using the PowerPoint, create your animation, your text messaging, converting it into video, and then putting in the system. That's all, as simple as that.
And your target market is worldwide or regional?
Of course, it's worldwide. It can be worldwide. For now, our focus is Luxembourg and the Great Region, and little by little, and Africa also. We will spread, depending on the opportunities, of course, and the openness of the different markets, of course. So we need to prove ourselves. If we are profitable, I think that it will be spread very quickly after that.
But working in different terrain, for instance, in these parts, the broadband facilities are well developed, and in Africa it's not so strong. You have different strategies operating in this environment.
From the strategy point of view, there are no different strategies. No, it's the same thing. The only difference is the adoption, the speed of adoption. Here in Europe, the adoption can be, let's say, very quick, thanks to the technologies and the facility of internet. But in Africa, some people may hesitate before using the system, but when they test it, they will find, okay, it works very well even with low internet conditions or with low technology conditions. It's working very well. So, in fact, from strategy point of view, it's not a problem, but I think on the terrain, yes, you may find some breaks here or there also. Here, in fact, there are some decision making, there are many steps to go. In Africa, it's more straightforward from decision making, because some people there are pleased with the content itself, they will purchase it, there is no problem. In Europe, it's more intricate than that. So we have different levels of, so on the terrain, it's not the same way of handling the markets, but from a strategic point of view, it's the same.
How difficult is it for you to operate from Luxembourg? Is it a difficult environment? Is it an advantageous environment?
Again, from the strategical point of view, I thought that it is in the center of the different regions, but there is also another point. I found that the Luxembourgish are very eager and fond of new technologies. So their rate of adoption of our technology is faster than in the surrounding countries. And there is one particularity, is networking is very, very easy here. We can learn to know each other very quickly here in Luxembourg, so that's very, very helpful. It's not the same thing in France, for example. So that's why I'm happy to be here, yes. I'm quite, let's say, it's very encouraging to be in Luxembourg, to start the business in Luxembourg. After, I can give it as a reference even, so it's even more interesting.
You've been you've been in business for a few years now, and does it bother you sometimes when you don't meet up your operational targets?
I think yes, like in
You've always met
of
your.
course. It's a we have a wonderful thing here. If it doesn't work, okay, no, there's a problem with me, not with the system itself. So it makes you think twice. So. You understand what
Yes,
I mean?
understand.
Of course, it's something disappointing, but at the end of
Have you ever been really disappointed?
I'm disappointed. Have I choose this choose the best way to do my business or not? This is the question also. So I think that here what I learned most is from my last 8 months is that we attacked the technology deployment and distribution. We found that it's a little bit hard, in fact, to push the technology inside corporations. So, and now we started thinking about a new way of using this technology. And maybe now here we can make a kind of breakthrough. We will be using the system for ourselves. In fact, we will be the managers of the system directly. But the difference is that we won't sell it to corporations. No. We will place many communication points for us and use it as an advertisement, as advertisement displays. And then we will sell the advertisement slots in our new TV channel that we will call FullComMedia TV. So this is a new way of imagining the technology and using it. There is no more need to explain the technology itself. Okay, now think about the servers. And how are the advantages that I can provide to you? Imagine yourself, you are in a hotel room. Okay, and you open the TV. What you find there, you find our channel because it's equipped. Yeah, I mean, all the hotel was equipped with our technology. Okay, and advertisers will be 10 minutes walking around the hotel, and this is also a new breakthrough because we will give the power to local business and no more to national-wide businesses that are very, they have the budget, they have everything. But the local, they will think twice. With us. Oh, it's very interesting, and they are addressing directly their audience, target audience, and this is our breakthrough, we guess.
May we know more about the man behind this? What drives you?
So, I'm an engineer, so you understand. In fact, it's a kind of you have ideas, you see, this is wonderful, and you would like to put them in place, and I think that also maybe a kind of craziness. It's a kind of, I'm a little bit inspired from Steve Jobs when he said, in fact, there are only crazy people that may think that they can change the world. Maybe I'm one of them.
And as a person, would you describe yourself as somebody very optimistic, somebody that wants to change the world, or somebody that wants to help when he sees possibilities of assisting with some things, imagination? What is the source of your inspiration?
I would like to thank my wife. She was always encouraging me, really, to think outside the box, to say things. She is enthusiastic when I present her a new idea. That's very good. Okay, you can start it. And I had a little thought, and this is maybe what drives me the most. I think of myself when I'm older, okay, at the end of my life, and I look back, okay, and I'm seeing my wife that she is giving me a list. You wanted to start this, and you haven't done anything. Okay, so I decided from now, okay, I have one idea, I accomplish it, and then I go further, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, I had the idea, and I'm putting it into work, and after that I will look further. So little by little, I hope that I will build. Of course, if there are ideas, there are some inspiration behind, and there are some will to change the world, not the way of changing it. No, it's not overwhelming, it's just giving the world, in fact, new ways of thinking, new ways of living, new ways of enjoying it, simply.
Okay. Today we're in Luxembourg. It's a beautiful city, so you say. The other cities in this world you like, which is your favorite city and why?
I will say things frankly. each time I was somewhere, I fall in love of the place where I am. So it started from Tunis, of course. I was there, and then when I've done my studies, and then I went to Paris. And I'm really until now fond of Paris. I love it so much. I can be a guide in Paris. Okay, I can show you many things that you haven't even imagined in your life there in Paris. And at the end, in fact, I found Metz. It's 60 kilometers in the south of Luxembourg, and I fell in love of Metz, and I decided that it will be for the end of my life. Okay, it's Metz. I'm fond of this city. I love it too much, and I would like to stay there. And now, I started my business here in Luxembourg. So I'm discovering Luxembourg more and more. And it's wonderful, really wonderful city. At the beginning, in fact, I was a little bit suspicious just for business, no. Okay, but little by little, I meeting people at one place, the other place, they are all charming, many green places to see. 2 days ago, I was in a kind of wine domain. Okay, and we had very good wine tasting, and it was pleasant for me. So the space, the people, and so it's a kind of joy of life. Yes, I enjoyed it here also.
Where would you normally be found on a Friday evening?
Okay, not this Friday, okay, because it's very special. It's the end of the year for my daughter. She is now. She will have her kind of a show for dancing dance show tonight. So, but generally, you will find me with my family and some of my friends drinking or tasting some ice cream, and then after that we go to a restaurant, a neighbor restaurant, and just enjoying the end of the week. So this is generally where you can find me.
Do you like music?
I like all kinds of music. I like music, yes. I love music. I have music in my car all the time, but I do not have a specific taste. In fact, I'm deaf, half deaf. So following the rhythm, it's not very easy for me. So that's why I learned to appreciate anything. But if you would like, I have a specific. I think about one thing about the music, Michael Jackson. It's very inspiring, and when he tells you, okay, hear the word, when you hear this, you can imagine it as a kind of inspiration for me. Hear the word, make it better place for everybody. So yes, this can be the kind of music that I can appreciate.
Where do you think your product and your brand will be in the next 10 years?
Okay, it's not a very simple question because technology is overwhelming. Okay, but with this kind of technology, I guess that I believe that it will be a big network of connected screens all together, and people are using it, whether directly from FullComMedia or subcontracted with other people that are using our system on our behalf. So I think it will be a very big network around the world. Now, if you count what is existing in North Africa, there is a big network there of we are about 600 of screens spread around this region, and here in Luxembourg, and in the near future in Gabon, and maybe in other countries in Africa. So imagine little by little, I think that it will be a big platform of worldly spread screens.
Mr. Ayed, I wish you success.
Thank you very much.
That's all for today.
C'est bon? Bon.